Red Bull Racing has been the team to beat. Their cars, piloted by the likes of Max Verstappen, have dominated tracks around the globe, leaving competitors in awe and fans wondering, what's their secret? But recently, something changed. The once unstoppable Red Bull machine began to sputter. As rival teams closed the gap, whispers in the paddock grew louder. Had Red Bull's edge been more than Adrian Newey's design genius? Was there something hidden beneath the surface of their cars? Let's rewind to the start of the 2024 season. Red Bull hit the ground running, with Max Verstappen claiming victory after victory. The RB20 seemed unstoppable, excelling in both fast and slow corners despite its notably stiff suspension. It was a performance that defied conventional wisdom. But then came the Australian Grand Prix. Verstappen's race ended abruptly with a dramatic right rear brake failure. At the time, it seemed like a rare mechanical hiccup. In hindsight, it might have been the first crack in Red Bull's armour. As the season progressed, Red Bull's performance began to wane, especially after the Miami Grand Prix. Suddenly, the team that had been lapping the field was struggling to maintain its lead. What changed? As Red Bull's dominance began to slip, rumours started swirling through the paddock. Could there be a hidden technology at play? And if so, what exactly was this mysterious device that had given Red Bull such an edge? The answer might lie in a small but crucial component, a clever rear cross-brake inertia valve. Rumours began to circulate about a device that could manipulate braking force between the two rear wheels. This system, activated by the car's movement, could provide a significant advantage in cornering. It was a brilliant piece of engineering if true, skirting the edge of legality without crossing the line. However, as brilliant as this device was, speculation about its legality grew louder. Peter Windsor, a respected figure in the F1 community, voiced his suspicions on social media. Looks as though RBR might have been running a clever rear cross-brake inertia valve before they were obliged to remove it before Miami. This could explain Max's RR brake drama in Mel and his turn-in grief since China. Another F1 analyst, Craig Scarborough, theorized that Red Bull might have used an inertial T-valve in the rear brake system to modify brake caliper action, potentially improving cornering by reducing understeer. This remains speculative, though based on technical knowledge. This theory would explain a lot. Red Bull's early season dominance, their strong performance in corners that should have challenged their stiff suspension, and even Verstappen's unique braking style all suddenly made sense. But as with all great advantages in F1, it didn't last. The FIA updated their technical regulations. The new rule was clear: any system or mechanism that can systematically or intentionally produce asymmetric braking pairs on a given axle is prohibited. If Red Bull had indeed been using such a system, they would now have to remove it. And coincidentally or not, their performance took a hit. Red Bull has stayed quiet on the matter, though team mechanic Callum Nicholas expressed frustration on social media, calling the theories nonsense. Nicholas criticised those who focus on conspiracies instead of recognising the efforts of other teams in closing the gap with Red Bull. At the end of July, the FIA rewrote the technical regulations after a unanimous vote by the teams. It is intriguing that the article was rewritten and the issue not simply addressed by a technical directive, the mechanism normally used when a technical question is clarified after a request from a team. It is possible then to infer that the modification of the article itself has come when there is a fear that a loophole in the rules has already been exploited. Reports from Racing News 365's sources suggest that the RB20, up until the Chinese GP, had sublime performance. But from Miami onwards, the car has lost significant performance, something not even subsequent upgrades have managed to remedy. With the mystery of the asymmetric braking system laid bare, a bigger question emerges. What does this mean for Red Bull's legacy? Is their dominance a result of pure genius, clever rule-bending, or perhaps a combination of both? This story raises a fundamental question about Red Bull's recent dominance. Was it purely the result of Adrian Newey's design genius, or had the team found yet another clever way to push the boundaries of the rulebook? It's worth noting that if Red Bull did use such a system early in the season, it would have been legal at the time. F1 has a long history of teams finding and exploiting loopholes in the regulations. It's part of the sport's DNA, a constant battle of wits between engineers and regulators. But now, with the alleged advantage gone, Red Bull faces a new challenge. Can they adapt? It is a puzzle for the engineers directed by Pierre Waché because it is very difficult to replicate the function of a system when it is removed from a car, if indeed it was there to begin with. Red Bull also doesn't have the services of their infamous problem solver Adrian Newey anymore, as Red Bull's Paul Monahan suggested that whenever Red Bull had an issue, Newey always knew what to do. Alas, however, they don't have the services of the technical genius anymore. Red Bull again finds itself in the spotlight and its technical team. As the season unfolds, all eyes will be on their performance, watching for signs of resurgence or continued struggle. In the end, this saga reminds us of a fundamental truth in Formula One. Success is fleeting, and innovation is eternal. Whether through genius, rule-bending, or a combination of both, teams will always push the boundaries in their quest for victory.